Alright, I'm back. Here we go. New series. I'm going to take you guys through the construction of a mod. We're going to work on one mod, one new custom map. We're going to add nations, focus trees, ideas. We're going to go through it all in a series. I've narrowed down this first part. Even though I have other videos that already do this, we're going to go through it one more time. These are the steps. These are the things you need. Look them up. You can download them. Mapgen, just look up mapgen Hoi4. It's right here. And should be right here. Copy and paste this into a new tab and download it. There you go. Other things I want to mention. What else? Join the modding den for Hoi4. I am active in here a lot. They are very helpful. It's very active, as you can see. People talking probably right now. Usually, yeah, 12:41, 10 minutes ago. Super helpful. You know, they have GFX, mapping. I talk in here. You can see people creating their own things. Look, it's my video. Someone pasted it here, which is kind of cool. People are making their own maps, which is just so cool. It's cool to see a community come together. But we're going to go through this now. I'm going to keep this simple. We have some good steps here. So the first thing you want is to open up mapgen when you get it. So go with this. We're going to be going through, by the way, on the default design that mapgen gives you. So you should come with an examples folder when you download it. We're going to be using these. This is going to be our map. I'm not actually going to post this mod or anything. This is just for tutorial wise. But this way we save time. We don't, waste time creating these. You can. I've done it so many times. I'm using the examples. I'll explain though how you can do that. So the first thing is a land map. Things you need to know. Black. Black is water. Purple is land. Green is lakes. They have to be the exact color. They can't be any black, any purple. It has to be this exact shade. This is Hoi4's map size right here. This whole thing is the map size of Hoi4. You can make it smaller. It's very complicated though. I'm not going to go over it. It looks weird in game. It's really hard to get going. I've only done it once. If you want, you can look it up here. Smaller map size. Oh, okay, cool. But, you can ask in there, and people have done it, and will tell you how to do it. It has to be like a multiple 64 or something. It's strange. Just use the default map size. I'm sorry, my throat is burning. Keep in mind also the map loops. So anything, over here is going to loop to over here, which is why I will not recommend that you have, if you have land over here, let's say 500. Can't type. If you have land like this and like this, they're going to loop, over like that. So just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind it has to be pixelized. This will not work. In paint.net, just click this, 100% pixels. There you go. This is your bread and butter. This is the basics of your map. So you can go ahead and drag it into mapgen when you're ready. One last thing I want to mention is if you are planning on making your own, I recommend going to aszgaars fantasy map generator. This is something I personally use, and it's going to get you your perfect map. I wouldn't recommend using one like this where it loops over. I'd recommend using an island one. Like this, perfect. Turn off everything. All that. Set the style to clean. And now you can just print screen, copy and paste this over, and just change the colors very easily into this. So this is a great way to get a fantasy map without actually even putting any effort in. Keep in mind it's very basic. You might have to resize it so it might look strange, but anyways, let's move on. So we're just gonna go with the examples here. Dragon land map. There you go. You have a few settings here. Don't even mess with them. Here, if you are making a new map, generate a plains world. Or you can actually put the work into it, but again, who wants to do that? Here you can see, it's gonna open Photoshop. Ugh. Do it in Paint. here. Get out of here. I hate Photoshop. Photoshop, go home. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. My computer's just now responding. Okay, cool. Okay, alright, Go away! Okay, there we go. Oh my good lord. Okay, forget it. Forget it. Just drag in your goddamn terrain map. If you do want to draw your own, you need to use these colors. So you can just drag in the example. This dark red is desert. This gray is mountains. This is hills. This is like forest. This dark green is swamp. And this green here is jungle. And the orange is plains. Pretty simple enough. Then you go to this. You can go over to here and drag in province density map. What is province density map? This is how many provinces you're going to have in an area. How big they are, how small they are. The darker the color, the more smaller provinces. The whiter, the larger provinces and less you're going to have. You can do mercantor, uniform, or you can just draw your own. You can also tweak them here. I recommend raising this by at least like 30 to 60. And I would recommend doing this to 40 to 60 as well. This way, you don't want a lot of provinces. Trust me, it's just so hell on earth to edit all these. I don't know why this is flashing. But they give us one here, so we're going to drag that in. So you'll notice in these areas, they'll be bigger. Province, boundary, not province. I'm losing my mind. You could drag that in. Don't worry about this if you're making a custom map. You don't need it. It doesn't do anything, really. And then you can generate your province map. There you go. You notice these are bigger. These are a little smaller. I didn't give too much leeway with that, but, you know. So I think that's because of the boundary input. Yeah, so the boundary input is like limiting the way your provinces are. I don't know why that happens. It's very strange. If you want, you can lower this a little bit. I would do like maybe 50. We'll do 20 just because it's a test. And you can regenerate it here. There you go. That looks a little better. In some of these areas, it still looks weird, but it's okay. Don't even worry about it. This is just a test, but yeah, there you go. There's your province map. We are going to come back to this after we do rivers, though. Which actually, we'll just jump to rivers right now. I want to generate 150. Just do 50. Generate. Oh, you need a height map. Okay. So you can just generate a height map then. Take a second. There you go. And you can see it works off of terrain input and all this other stuff. It just actually calculates where the mountains are and stuff, which is really cool. Now we should be able to do a river map. Yep, cool. And you'll actually notice when we generate this river map, it'll actually not do rivers in the desert areas too much. It'll try and keep them more in the jungle / plains areas, which is really cool. So I like that. But now if you go back here, check this off. Provinces don't cross rivers and then regenerate. This way rivers don't go through provinces, they go in the boundaries of them. There you go, much better. States, okay. I would set it biggest size, lowest variation, which should just do the boundaries. Yeah, so these are going to be your states. Because all of these states that you generate, you are going to have to edit. So if you have this many states and you have 200 states, that's not even a lot of states actually. There you go. That's a lot of states. You're going to have to edit every single one of those files. Each one of these has its individual file. Keep in mind, this can generate thousands of files. So, trust me, make states later. Do it like this. Keep it simple. Don't torture yourself. You'll want to die. And that's it. Then you're done. You need just a color map and terrain map. Which terrain map is separate from terrain input. This is the actual terrain map that, oh no, you actually generate this one, that Hoi4 uses. This will generate off of input, height map, province map, everything. It'll really well done. Like, this looks really well done for a terrain map. Color map is the next step. They give us one here. You can generate it if you'd like, but I already have a file for it. It'll look something like this. You're gonna have to save to file, and then go to a converter. I recommend using convertio. Just convert it to a DDS, save it, and then you're all good. And you're just gonna paste that DDS right here. So this is our test mod, and I think we're good. Export to game. Your mod has been installed. Awesome. So now, can't really launch yet, but you can launch the launcher. Make sure your game is in dash debug mode, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm going to launch this now because the launcher takes quite a while to load up. Very good launcher. But we're going to have to do some things before we launch here. Go into playsets, enable disable. If you can't find your mod here, click add more mods. It's usually in there. But you'll notice a few things about our mod. Is, wherever it may be, test mod is out of date. And there's a few things we have to do to prevent it from crashing. So go to Documents, Paradox, Hoi4 mod, and there's your test mod. There it is. Look at it. Really cool. Open up Sublime, drag in testmod.mod, and I have this neat little thing here, which is going to save everyone a lot of time here. These files are not perfect. They are going to give you errors. They are not going to crash your game. They shouldn't. I didn't test this yet, so this may not work. But pray to God that it works. That's step 4, right? Pray it doesn't crash. That's modding right there. So first, you can just delete this replace path here. Second, you can drag this in actually. Change your supported version to the game version, which is currently this. You can put a star here. So if I do 10 point star, what that means, it'll support 7 when it updates to 8, when it updates to 9, but I would just keep it 7, manually update it. Usually that's how you want to do it. I got this nifty little thing here for you, replace paths. I'm going to explain these as best I can, but basically you need them. These make it so that each of these replace paths uses your mod files over the base game files. So instead of using the base game files first, it'll use and load your mod files first over the base game files. Which, if it just loaded the base game files and then your mod files, you would have an issue. So then it loads your mod, then base game, kind of, in a way. It basically, you need them, okay? It kind of replaces the base game files with your mod file, if that makes sense in a way. It's so complicated to explain. Just paste them in your goddamn mod. Okay, moving on. These are some files that I've gathered, and they're all just empty kind of things. They are heavily tweaked. This way, you know, most of them look like this. Reason being, a lot of them will cause errors and different types of things. You're going to want to paste them in your mod. So what you can do is just copy both of these. I'll leave like a .zip of just this folder in the description. I don't know. I'll find a way. I don't know how that works, but it'll have the replace paths, the version, and these two things, and anything else you'll need if we find anything else. Oh, those are my mods. Go into your test mod, Control V, replace every file in there. Next, go into Common, go into National Focus. Make sure you have a generic. Sometimes, for me, it used to not generate one. There it is. Make sure you have it. If you don't have it, just copy it from the base game. No big deal. But you need that, or otherwise it will crash. What else is there to do? Oh boy. Okay. This is why I said you don't want a lot of states. So we have... Oh, why do we have so many states? I didn't generate that many states, did I? Oh god, that's so many states. Okay. Let's fix that. That's not good. We'll delete those. And we're gonna save these instead. You do not want to be editing 327 states. Trust me, you're gonna have to edit every single one. Yep, that sounds about right. Why is that generating 300 states? Okay, that's not right. I don't know what's going on with that. Here's what I usually do anyway. Delete all these. Just delete them. Uh, except for the top one. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna fix this. You can just go into their history here. States. Grab the top one. Oops. Copy it here into your mod. Drag it into Sublime. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's happening. That's weird. So, you're going to need a state category and manpower in every single state file. So if you have 327 states, they all, for some reason, don't have a state category and they start with 0 manpower. That's the way they generate. I couldn't find a way to change it in mapgen's files. I don't know why it does it that way, but it does. Just delete all the history stuff. You don't even need that. Provinces, you can just delete for now. Make sure you have a state category though, and a manpower, even if it's just 10 guys, whatever it may be. And there you go. That's all you need to do for now. Next thing we need to do, we needed to do this anyway, so stick with me. What's it called? It's called Text Mechanic. Generate list of numbers. This is the best website. And I have 0 uses. Why do I have 0 uses? That's not good. Hopefully it'll let me do this, or else I'm not going to be a happy man. Go into map. Drag in your definition. These are each one of your provinces. The first number is their ID. So I have 5,708 provinces. And I pray that this works. Oh, okay. You only have a certain amount of uses per hour or something, so be very careful. It's quite annoying. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. It's going to do that. Okay. Cool. Just copy it. There you go. Now you have 1 to 5,078. Okay, cool. As long as you have it copied, then paste that in your thing here. Now this is going to cause issues because this also includes naval tiles, which don't belong in states. But just to get your mod working so you can create states in the nudger, which is a tool in Hoi4, we're going to just keep it this way. So you can close out of that, close out of that, close out of that. We can close that. You also want to do the same exact thing in strategic regions. These provinces, you need everything in a strategic region. And then in supply areas as well. Make sure you show these to have all your states in a supply area. And I think we are good to go. Everything checks out. But remember step 4. Pray it doesn't crash. So if you're all good to go, then I'm going to reload the launcher here just because it says it's still out of date. And then you wait a very long time for the launcher to load up, for Hoi4 to load up. And again, pray for it to work. That's it. But I think we've done everything. I think we should be good. If you follow my steps, have the replace paths, copy and paste those files into your mod, shouldn't be too big of an issue. But then again, oh god, that's so loud. Alright. Okay. My goddamn ears. No thank you. Okay. This is your error log. It is going to launch up every goddamn time. It is annoying, but it's going to tell you all the errors, so it's actually pretty useful. All these errors don't mean anything. AI stuff doesn't matter. Scripted effects doesn't matter. All this doesn't matter. Things that do matter. It's just funny. That's music. Doesn't matter. These do matter, but we'll get to that. They'll go away soon enough as you fix errors and develop our mod. Country leader is clearly something I forgot to copy and paste over. Again, shouldn't be an issue. I know, you all want to just see the map. Click the nudger here. Here's your map. Congratulations. You have the desert, you have your mountains, you have a height map. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it'll do. And you'll notice you have your one big state here. There you go. That's your map mod. Congratulations. You have successfully created another map. You have provinces. Look at that. You can click them. You can click your provinces. Isn't that cool? Come on, that's cool. Admit it. That's cool. It's pretty cool. There you go. There's not much more else to say. You have your rivers here. But there is a lot of work to be done. Terrain, you'll notice, actually works. So you can see orange is plains here. But you can see, like, these are actually mountains. If you look on the bottom there, it says terrain equals mountains. Terrain equals plains. Terrain equals hills. There you go. Terrain equals desert, which is really cool. So your map is really done, guys. You notice everything's in a strategic region, which is good. So yeah. Next time we'll work on making states and your first country. Then we'll do a focus tree for that country. We'll add ideas for that country. We'll add events for that country, so on and so forth. But yeah, you'll notice this is cool. Generates out of a lake into a swamp. Again, this isn't like super good looking, but it's very basic, but it works, and that's the biggest thing. You'll also notice these rivers follow the borders of our provinces. Notice how they don't cross through provinces, which is super important for combat and the way the game works, which is just, it makes it easier. If you're standing in this province, tacking into this province, you'll know there's a river there. If the river was through the province, it would just be confusing. It still works in game, but it's just a little confusing for the player, and it looks nicer when you click on the provinces. So yeah, and again, if you have smaller provinces, whatever it may be, your provinces may be smaller, they may be bigger. I think, if I'm being realistic, my provinces are a little big for my liking. Again, though, they get small over here. This is a good size down here. Up here is a little big, but I mean, this is all desert and mountains anyway, so not bad. So yeah, that's your map. Again, if all those files should be in the description, I'll tweak them. I'll add the what was it I missed? I missed like country leaders or something. Somewhere in my mod here. Yeah, I miss country leaders. I don't even see it here. Okay, that's fine though. It's not a big deal. It doesn't crash your mod. So, yeah, I mean, that's all there is. It's an epic win. That's custom mapping yet again. And we are at 20 minutes, I would say, to do that. So that's the hardest part. Now you get the fun part of making states, which is the worst part, actually. And then you get to make countries, which isn't so bad. You can also see we have, yeah, some cities. They look a little strange, but it'll do. It looks nice. So yeah, that's all there is. Bye.